light here. Watch this. I gotta turn a light on.
What's up? Hey, Lightning for Liberty, episode 5. Brian, what you got going on?
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Heard you got some spiffy new internet that might work.
I don't know if it works or not. It works sometimes. It works part of the time. It's really super fast, and part of the time it's kind of fast, and then other times it's not.
It's still faster than what you had.
Consistently, yes. Over the average, yes, definitely. And I think even on the slow side of this, it's faster than the fast side of what we had. But the problem was we had a huge thunderstorm roll through, and it blanked out for like 10 minutes. So
yeah. But you're going to get that with
when
any
it's
kind
good.
of
When it's good, it's good. I was like, I had 148 down and 97 up earlier today when I did a speed test.
That's smoking.
Satellite.
That is way faster than anything I've ever had since I've been in Texas.
I was just like, holy shit. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
so
yeah, I miss good wired broadband, but that's the next best thing right there.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Different campsites, like Corey and I were talking earlier. It's 4 days that we've had, or 3 days. So
right, you'll get a pretty good feel for it, I'm sure, once you move enough times, setting it up and taking it down, and kind of getting the rhythm.
Oh yeah, and that's going to be my game. Like, I'm going to play with it, and I'm going to document it and research it and stuff like that. So it'll be fun.
Right.
I was having camera issues before this. I don't know what the hell happened. All of a sudden,
yeah, that's what I posted up there. And said, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, it's just.
Oh well, hey, it is what it is. Well, hey, we were going to talk a little bit today about like lightning stuff when it comes to this, like content creation. I mean, I guess that could be any kind of content creation too. It could be live streams, podcasts, blogs, anything like that. So what's the first thing that comes off the top of your head though, I guess, when you think about how do I monetize and use lightning to connect to my audience?
Easiest way, if you're a podcaster, you have any sort of audio, put it on Fountain.
Yeah, for sure. Fountain or something on the podcasting 2.0. If you want to go the harder route, there's other ways, but for sure you need to be setting up for value.
One way or another, you got to,
and it lets people give you money. So
yep, that's the number one. That's stupid simple, and it's just there, and it's done forever. And there's ways to boost it, and there's ways to make it better, and there's ways to do different things. But getting started.
You can totally make some stats by just doing what you normally do with your normal podcast stuff.
Yep. Just post your podcast, and then you don't have to promote it or anything like that, but you can. And I'm getting ready to run a promotion, and that's something through Fountain that's really cool. And I was kind of thinking about it before this episode. We tried to drive our audiences to Fountain because they had a promotion, and we wanted to help grow the platform and bring new eyes in, and which is cool. But I'm seeing something when I've done promotions through the app is I'm gaining listeners from a different audience, and that audience is a value for value audience that's already there. It's the audience that was there before the free sats giveaway and all that stuff. It's an audience that participates whether they're earning or not. Tapping in
participates for the right reasons. Right. Yeah.
Right. So I'm noticing
they're there for the content, and they're there to bring value to the content. That's the whole reason they come to or attracted to the app.
So once the explosion of the Satoshi giveaway, and it kind of ramped back, and it's logical now. It's more reasonable for sure. I saw a drastic decrease in what I was streamed to my show, but it got like when I've promoted my show, I've gained a new audience. Like I see followers, I see more consistent streaming per listens and tipping of
both,
clips and stuff like
both
that.
you and Scramblin' did the promotion fairly early on when they added the promotional feature.
Yep.
And you both had really good results from it too. Like,
yeah, I did.
Blew up. He got a ton more YouTube viewers and just regular podcast listeners and stuff. That's by doing that.
Yeah, I was happy with it. I think now watching what he's done, and he's been doing it the 15th of every month. He's been promoting different ways. Like, you can promote one episode, you can promote your latest episode. So if you throw $100 at it and it lasts a week worth of promotions.
Yeah, he was just telling me that he did one for the first time, one episode this time. So he said, let us know how it goes for him, just doing the one episode.
Well, and that's what I'm kind of planning on is I'm going to do, I'm thinking in my episodes every week. I'm changing the format and everything. And then I want to take and make like a compilation audio only highlight show, maybe clip, maybe use the clips feature in Fountain to make the clips throughout the week, save them, pin them together, and then maybe use that behind a paywall as the highlight reel.
That'd be good.
Or something like that. Or throw that up on Fountain only somehow as a clip. Who knows? Make it a benefit. Like, you want to hear what I thought was the best of my week?
Exactly. And I love the clips feature there too. That's awesome. And that's a cool way for you to actually promote yourself there too, by making those clips, not just because the clips show up, as at the top for you to listen to, they kind of just all end up there. It's also super easy to share them to other little social media platforms. Like TikTok and everything like that. So it's like you're doing one thing and you got all these other ways to promote from the one central app,
and then you click over to your wallet and you see, you click over to your wallet and you see that, somebody boosted you and sent you a message and you're like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Exactly. and like the splitting of Satoshis. I'm getting back into interviews. Yeah, and then like the after party is really cool because we can cut in anybody that drops in. So as far as Lightning as a content creator, the first thing and the no-brainer thing to do is sign up for Fountain, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say so. So Aaron's saying as far as promotion, it's like boosting yourself.
Not really. You can't use Satoshis to fund it. You have to use fiat to fund it. I think it's something to do with exchanges and all that and what they're classified
Probably
as.
Trying to keep themselves in a good light for the SEC somehow.
Right. Yeah. You're not buying Satoshis per se. You're buying a promotion and they're funding it with Satoshis from a pool.
Right. Because
so you're not buying Satoshis from them. Like that's the deal. I'm guessing. And then if you're paying in Satoshis and they're holding it, and then dispersing it, I have to think that that's some sort of an exchange type of scenario too. But anyway, you have to use cash. You run the promotion and then they pay out Satoshis on your behalf on that end. So,
and they take a cut, but it's a pretty small cut of that.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, Jack said, so Jack was talking about that at one point. He said, dollar for dollar, the value you're getting for promotion on there is second to none.
Well, if you look at what like Facebook or YouTube or anybody, takes as a cut for promotional, and that's the thing, you're paying them for some exposure here and there. They're directly tipping your audience and putting you at the top and putting you out there and in front of new eyes.
Yeah, and I was kind of getting into it earlier. Is I like getting promoted to that fan base. I like new listeners coming from a value for value culture.
If I want to participate in value for value and get Lightning for the content I'm creating. I want to promote it to people who already want to do that.
I mean, I love my community. My community. I have the support out the ass left and right. I started talking about this 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I've had people every day like, I want to give something away. I'm like, dude, I don't even know. Like, I'm only at 800. I got a while before I get to 1,000, but
exactly.
Cool, we'll set it up.
I'm over here thinking about what I want to send your way, but I'm like, I don't know what I want to send. So
So I mean, it's awesome. But I also want to tap into that value for value community, and I want to build that, nurture that relationship, and then kind of commingle the two. Like,
funny because
we brought a
still,
lot of people from.
It's both. They're both value for value communities. It's funny. It's just that what value are we talking about? It's the same culture, different currency.
Absolutely, absolutely, and getting that exposure, we've kind of melded a lot of our audiences at that point already, like especially the Telegram people, because we were able to use the tip bot and expose people to how to use Lightning and how to do things like that in Telegram. But the broader audiences, the audiences that are listening only, maybe on Spotify, maybe on Apple Podcasts, if you can expose them to Fountain through interviewing, like I'm going to have Oscar on to talk about Fountain here when I get my head out of my ass, now that I have internet and I feel confident in doing it.
It's you do it
to schedule something. But yeah, I'm going to have Oscar on to talk about Fountain.
Awesome.
That's exposing my audience that doesn't participate in this at all. That hears crypto and turns their head away, whatever. That exposes them to that value for value culture, because, you know, Oscar isn't about crypto. I mean, he is, but he isn't. He's about a value for value exchange platform for podcasters. So it's a different approach. It's not like, hey, buy Bitcoin.
Exactly. It's not like your regular Telegram scammers. But that's another thing though, kind of tying into that, because we were talking about that and how, you know, all the value for value that was happening on Telegram, and then you're talking about the community. As a content creator, if you aren't building some sort of a community base other than your YouTube comments or whatever, you're missing the boat. Because some of the stuff that goes on Telegram, and the whole reason we even got into any of this was that Telegram tip bot, which is still so super useful in those groups. But the community that can build up around those Telegram groups, that's like the solid basis for all the stuff you end up building your show off of. You know, so much comes out of that.
My Telegram
that's
group
another place where we have that value for value that's integrated as part of it.
I love my Telegram group. They're so tight. I was really fortunate. I had an idea early on to ask a question every day to get people stimulated and interacting with each other and seeing each other's comments and learning stuff about each other, and really built that base. I mean, we only got 50 members or whatever, but man, that's the best 50 members. That's my go-to during the day. If I got to say something, if I got a question, whatever, man, that community right there is where I go. So to be able to participate with the tip bot, and it went fast and furious. It's rolled back, but I haven't pushed it. I haven't been promoting it. And I need to, and that's something on my list, because man, now I'm rolling into some new stuff and promoting, and it's kind of the other stuff I wanted to talk about tonight, and it's getting me excited about Lightning again. So when we first popped off, we did a lot of the QR codes on the screen, on the overlays, on StreamYard, stuff like that. The QR codes from the LN URLs, and scan to tip. Lightning URLs, which I'm using all of those on my screen when I do my podcast. I'm not taking them away. Like, they don't hurt anything. I look like this. So there's like a little screen over here. Whatever, big deal. Maybe as adoption comes around, people scan it, whatever. Hey, what's this? Blah, blah, blah. Cool.
Exactly. They might be curious.
Right. So I'm just going to leave it there. That was exciting. I kind of backed off on it, focused on other things. I started checking into Alby with you.
Yeah, that was going to be what I jumped on. Yeah, when we talk about the first thing that comes to mind with me, it's going to be Alby.
But the thing that it got me rolling back into Alby was Sats for Likes.
Yes.
So I did a promotion on Sats for Likes, which was cool. It was
cool,
I think
platform.
I was just messing around with it on the YouTube channel, just seeing what happened. I threw 5,000 Satoshis, so $1.90 at a promotion. So $1.90. And I said, okay, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and stay subscribed for 24 hours, I'll give you 100 Satoshis. And I funded, it was 10 Satoshis. I think it was something stupid. It was barely anything at all. And it was 5,000. So it was 500. I was like, I wanted 500 listener viewers or whatever, subscribers. And so then they had to like it and then verify 24 hours later, and then they got the Satoshis in their wallet.
And it's
Anyway,
usually something like 10 Satoshi. You can set whatever amount you want.
well, right, you can make it whatever you want. But anyway, so I would get some and then they drop off. I mean, I had a net gain over like a 5-day period when I would check in and see how
You'll
many
get
people.
those guys who just do it for the 24-hour boost and they take their sats and they go, and that's fine.
And they go, but a lot
you
of
do
them
get some to stick around. You know, you
well,
do
yeah,
have,
and I always put a note. You can put a note in your proposal, and I always put a note about something like crypto related, or check out my podcast, or my wife shows her feed on my channel, stupid shit like that. But so anyway, I did that. It was pretty cool, and then I kind of forgot about it. And we got in the middle of our move and everything. And the other day, I was like,
for me.
well, right, yeah. And so then I had my silver video today that Ryan at Curio Bullion made, and I was like, I want to kind of promote this thing. Our YouTube channel is growing. We got to 800. I'm like, maybe I can pop this with a tweet because I'm growing my Twitter. I did stats for likes for follows on Twitter. That worked well. It got me up over 200 followers. Participating a little bit more in Twitter because it's actually getting some traction. And that cost me like 1,000 stats. It was stupid cheap. And so I posted a tweet on Twitter and said, hey, check out my custom coins being cast. Ryan at CurioBullion.club, and put the link and then a link to the YouTube video. And then I went over to Sats for Likes and I said, I'm going to drop 5,000 Satoshis, 10 Satoshis per retweet for 500 retweets. So $1.90 again for 500 retweets.
Yep.
I'll look right now. Let me see. I can pull it up.
I know when I did Stats for Like on my Liberty Meat Solutions, Twitter, man, the Stats for Likes blew up on Twitter way more than the YouTube did. Like, people are happy to go in there and follow. And you know, I haven't lost a lot of followers on Twitter either. Most people.
Okay, dude, I did this maybe 3 hours ago, and I have 67 retweets right now.
Nice.
Of that post with my YouTube video.
And the thing about that too is if you're doing that, when you put that tweet out, use a lot of the hashtags that are like trending but are relevant to what you're doing. Because when those people go and retweet that, if you got 60-something people retweeting it, that's 60-something more times that hashtag's put out there. And guys who are searching for that are going to run across your tweet. Right.
So that's a way to use Lightning as a content creator, not on the earning side, but on the spending
promotional side.
I funded that with Satoshi from Fountain. And the way I did it, because I did it in Brave, I sent my Fountain Satoshis to my Albi wallet, and I went to Stats for Likes, and I filled out all the information, and I hit purchase or fund or whatever it says on there. I don't know the exact language. And my Albi extension pops up, my wallet, and it says, would you like to pay this? I hit boom. It was done.
It's like instant. And with that Albi extension too, on places like Sats for Likes and other Lightning enabled websites, not all of them, but a lot of them, you already can set it up with its LNURL auth. So you log in with that Lightning wallet. You're logged into Albi and everything. It just logs you in because here's your wallet. It's not connected to you. It's like the website can't take your funds or anything, but it reads the key that wallet generates. You know, we're already using military level encryption basically to run this whole cryptocurrency. So it uses the same AI engine basically to go, here's your keys. So it's constantly changing and it's safer than a password.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm excited. And then I started messing around. I asked you about the Albi. This is for great content creation, YouTube especially. Getting Albi. So if you use Brave and you download the Albi extension and you go to any of my recent YouTube videos, the little guy will light up and you can click on that and it'll drop down your Albi wallet. It'll say, would you like to tip the Lots Project? And you can literally just tip me from an extension in your browser using your Lightning wallet.
Yep.
Because I've been putting a little emoji and my Albi address in my show notes.
In your show notes. Yep. It's that simple. The other thing is, did you put it in your Twitter bio too?
Actually, I didn't end up doing it. I was thinking, I might have.
Okay, yeah, because you can just drop that same emoji and everything in your Twitter bio, and it does the same thing. If somebody goes to your Twitter profile, they can just tip you on Albi like that. It just lights up, gives the option.
Yes, sir. I did do that. I
Yeah,
know
there you
I
go.
copied it. So
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, that works too. And there's
those
also there's a code
are
you can.
my banger ideas for content creators with using Lightning. And so I gave you some ways to earn it and some ways to spend it.
Definitely. Yeah, and I'm gonna say it's right up there with the whole Albie thing. Obviously, everything you said. Another thing with the Albie thing, though, on that, as far as it lighten up and giving you the option to tip and whatnot, there's you can go and read it. And Albie's got a bunch of blogs on how to set this stuff up. But there's a script you can put in when you have your own website. And if you're a content creator, you should have your own website and be driving people to it. That's very important. You know, you could be deplatformed at any point in time. You want to be able to control that audience. You want access to them. So do that. I'm terrible with the email list, and I know I need to do better with that. But when you push them to that website, guess what? You can have it pop up that little Albie, light too, and they can just tip you right on the website. Now, if you have WordPress, Albie also put out the Lightning paywall extension for WordPress. That is more than just a paywall. That's badass to begin with because that gives you so many options on WordPress. Like you literally are just like, I slap this paywall in here. I set it up for these are the parameters to unlock the paywall, and everything on this page below it doesn't show unless they pay. And that's how. That's all it pays. But it also enables.
Hey, hold on a second. With that paywall, it's only a Lightning transaction that will open it, or can they use fiat?
It's only a Lightning transaction. However, you can set it so that they can pay you in whatever the unlock value is. Could be a current fiat value though, so it's still Lightning. Now they still have to pay you in Lightning, but you could set it up to where it's 100 sats, or you could say it's 10 cents, whatever that sat equivalent is now, or it's 10 euros. Or
right, but you're really going to have to make sure you're going to have to make sure you have the customer base that's going to be wanting to use Lightning.
That's going to want to be able to use Lightning, right? Or you build it out where you have two paywalls. You could have a paywall that's a fiat, and you could have a paywall that's a discount to use Lightning. If you want to save some money, you're onboarding people then too and pushing them into Lightning by offering a cheaper solution with a different paywall.
Right. You could also do a free onboarding of Lightning through Cash App, PDF, and then come back how to use Lightning more behind the paywall.
Exactly. They also have that.
Maybe we should do that for this podcast I've been thinking about doing, where we talk about Lightning.
Yeah, we probably should. And we could you can also set up for certain things like a promotional type deal, a paywall that is a crowdfunded paywall with that, where you can literally set it and say, this is the amount of sats needed to unlock the wall for everybody. And everybody can tip whatever they want until it unlocks. So you could have like a special bonus type thing. When we get to this amount, like a little fundraiser in a way with the cookie at the end for everybody. So there's a lot of fun things there. But when you install that extension, you could also comes with the code for WordPress. So it sets up on every page on your website that enables Albie right there. So that's another reason to have it. And it also allows you to, when I do the itty bitty tips thing and it's got that little tip badge, they've got coding in there too. So you could have a badge to tip you directly anywhere on your website you want to put it. And they just added coding now. I was just reading this before the show. They just recently added coding to where you can put a boost button anywhere on your website now too, to where with whatever content, you can just set like boost me X amount and just build a button. So it's a really cool Lightning-enabled WordPress extension. So if you got a website, check that one out, and that's by those Albie guys too.
So, are you open to do custom work for that thing that you sent me?
Yeah. So I would. I've been diddling with the itty bitty tips thing for a while. The whole idea was try to make for content creation, especially, but anybody, the Lightning tipping easy.
Yeah.
And it works pretty good for that. It's an easy link to share, and you can put it in like YouTube and Facebook and shit like that. So it's cool. But it's also one of those, there's more you could do with it than just the tipping. So I threw a few ads up on there just to help pay the internet bill and shit. Not really doing a whole lot with it. I haven't done a ton to promote it, and that's my fault. But I'm talking about if I do a premium version, kind of like what I sent Brian thing the other day, because he's really been riffing on Linktree and using that. And Linktree is cool. Stuff like that is kind of like part of the genesis in my mind of the whole itty bitty tips thing anyway.
Renegade Linktree is way cooler.
Oh, but yeah, I don't know. I needed to fiddle with that a little bit, but I literally just kind of went in and made a Linktree clone. I just took the code. I just threw it together. I didn't make a form or anything like it. I just hand coded all the shit, made basically a fake Linktree, copied most of your Linktree, threw it over there, added a few bells and whistles, and let you try it out. And I think it works pretty good. I think it's a pretty good little thing. You could check his out. It's what did I give you? Lots.ittybitty.tips, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
and
I think so.
If somebody wants something like that and we can customize it and adjust it, it doesn't have to be the same exact format. But basically, it's a small pop-up website that's mobile friendly, that's got all your links and shit in one place, but also allows the value for value tipping right there. So, like, if you're on TikTok, you can't. If I'm on TikTok, I can only share one link, right? That's it. So why not make that link something that? What's that?
Your podcast feed. You put that in there. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. You could. Well, we embedded a podcast player, and it's through what was that? Why's my brain? Podverse. So they're not. It's not Fountain, but it still works in that Web 2.0. You know, if Fountain had a way to embed a player, I would. But they can still send you a boost, and it's still our Lightning Network. You still get it in your Fountain account. So that's pretty cool, and it's right on the Linktree thing. But you could embed YouTube videos on it. You know, you could do all kinds of stuff. And it's a small website. You don't want to put a ton of like heavy graphic type shit on there because you're just going to slow it down on a phone. But if you want to share one link, why not have one where the first thing when they pop up, they've got the option to tip you with Lightning if they've got a Lightning wallet. And from what I've played with, it works on the phone and on the desktop with Albi just as well. So, we ought to open that up and share it on the screen here. I guess we could do that.
Yeah, I'm just getting it open. It wouldn't for some reason in pre-search it would only let me search for that.
Oh, fun.
So I've jumped over to over.
Add to stream. Here we go. Yeah. So this is it on the computer here, and on mobile, it pretty much just takes up that width. But yeah, that right there at the top, where it says lots, that's actually the little tip badge, and you can click tip and go through the full process, or open your Lightning wallet right there. Or if you have Albi, the minute you hit this site, Albi pops up and asks how much you want to tip.
Right. Then there's a bunch of links. Be sure to go and click on them all and buy lots of stuff.
All of the links, follow the things. Oh yeah, and I forgot about that. The Amazon ads too. So everything that is searched for there, that's all going to take you to Brian's affiliate stuff. So when you're looking for stuff, if you want to support Brian's podcast, you want to go to Amazon, you can just go to his little, fake tree here, whatever you want to call it.
Renegade Linktree.
Itty bitty tree. And yeah, anything that you search for there on Amazon, that's just starting your thing. It's going to give him, some cutback for it. And then, yeah, he's got a whole podcast player there too.
With Lightning enabled in the corner.
Yep. And that would, you could tip him right there to his Albi account or wherever he's got his itty bitty tips pointed, or you've got the option of supporting him on Podverse here too, which will go right to his fountain.fm account because it's all on the Podcasting 2.0 platform. So.
Yeah, if you go to this site here, you can go to my Telegram chat that I was popping about earlier. So.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea that I had into it. It's one little site, it's mobile friendly, and it's got everything there. And it's like literally nobody can have an excuse to not tip you value for value if they want to. We can't make it any easier than that. So, well, yeah, if somebody's interested in having one set up for their content type stuff, hit me up. We'll figure it out.
$1 million.
$1 million. No. I mean, I'd say we'd keep it reasonable, just something for whatever amount of time. If you want to do something ridiculously complex and I've got to learn a new coding language, that's different. But it's pretty simple, honestly. It's overall, especially formatted like Brian's there. And it's got the cool little stars in the background, so
Yo, what's Scrambling talking about down there with?
Yeah. Let me go down to the chats. He said he made it.
Oh, Airbnb code.
Oh, an Airbnb code. $7.50 per new host.
Yeah, I'll throw one on.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea.
Shoot it in my messages there, Mr. Scramblin'.
Shoot it on over there. Yeah, we'll be seeing him on the after party here in a little bit.
It will give me. I'll talk to him about it later.
What a goofball. But yeah, no, I mean, I think that if you're not using Albi, you really ought to at least try it out. It's super easy. And like you said, if you're using Brave, yeah, but it works on Chrome too. It works on Firefox. I think it works on Safari.
Does it work on Chrome? I don't use Chrome.
It does work on Chrome. Well,
download it.
Well, yeah, no, it works on Chrome. Well, Brave is basically just a security-minded version of Chrome. So all of the extensions that work on Brave are Chrome extensions. So yeah. But it works on Firefox too. So whatever you've got on your desktop, it should work. If you're using like Internet Explorer or whatever they're calling it now, you shouldn't be using that. That's bad. Don't do that. But yeah, Albi is awesome. I was going to tell you one I found earlier. I haven't really vetted this or tried it a ton. I haven't put any sats on it to play with it too much yet. But it's I think only a phone app right now. I don't think it's a website. But Tweetoshi, like Tweetoshi. It's a Twitter client that's Lightning enabled. And I'm not sure if it works exactly the same with the Albi type stuff. I've been playing with it a little bit. It seems pretty nice. It's got dark mode. I like that.
Does that Toshi or whatever it is, the picture one, does that work with Albi?
With the what? Oh, the Instagram. Instagram, yeah. You know what? It's a side project by the guys who made Albi, so you can bet it does. Yeah, it does. It all works. Almost all of the Lightning enabled websites. I haven't run into one that doesn't actually work with Albi. So
right.
Yeah, it's super slick. If you are doing anything on your computer and you want access to Lightning type stuff, you need to be using Albi. The other thing is you can hook it up to other wallets. If you have a node, you can use that as the wallet for your node. You can hook it up. You can sync it to your Telegram tip bot and access those funds on Albi. If I have funds sitting in my Telegram tip bot wallet right now, I go to Albi, I click on it, I get to select which wallet I want to use. I can select right now and use my Telegram tip bot balance and tip with Albi and have Albi's just the skin for, that's making it happen. So same thing with, I've actually got, let's see right now, I've got about 14 wallets that I have hooked up to Albi on this desktop right here. So it's very versatile with what you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think as far as content creation type stuff, that's hitting most of the major points because that gives you all kinds of ways to put it out there in front of your audience. You've got links, you've got pictures, you could do QR codes if you want to. You've got the podcast itself with the value for value type thing. I mean, maybe somebody will figure out they could Lightning integrate something like a YouTube type clone. That'd be nice if somebody got around to doing that. But in the meantime, there's still ways.
Well, with Albi in your link and Albi as an extension. So I don't know if we want to go down the road next week of talking about now how consumers can use it, like where you can spend
be a good idea. Yeah, for sure. I'd say if anybody's got any kind of questions on the content creation side of things, or if you're somebody who's just, like you said, a consumer or a follower or a listener, or maybe here's an idea. There's a lot of content creators out there that aren't using any kind of Lightning value for value, or they don't know about it, or they don't see a point in it. Because when a bunch of people ask you, can I send you value? Can I tip you in this? Enough people start asking, they're going to say yes eventually. So maybe that's something too. If you want to see more of this adopted as a listener, go out there and reach out to those content creators that are there and say, hey, look, this is an easy way for you to accept value from your audience. Another way.
It's usually a really good idea to just tweet at them and say, do you hate money?
That works too. That works. Hey, in fact, if you go to Fountain and you find a podcast on there that's not Lightning enabled, you can literally just tweet them this and say, hey, look, you should go set up with Fountain.fm. So no, that's a super cool way to do it. But reach out to those guys, and if they're like, I don't know how to set up that shit, point them to the podcast. Send them over to the Telegram group. We'll help them get it going. It's super, super simple, and it seems intimidating, but it's not. But yeah, I'd say if anybody's got questions on either side of it, content creation or listeners or watchers, creepers, whatever you want to be, put it in the Telegram chat. That's the easiest way for the question to end up on the show.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you got anything you want to try to promote or push or anything this week that something you're working on?
Crypto wise, yeah. I mean, I'm selling my silver, pre-selling my second round of silver.
Oh yeah, he's got that silver. Yeah. If you want to buy something for Lightning.
Yeah, Lightning, regular on-chain Bitcoin. I'll roll with that. I sold the whole last round for Bitcoin, so I mean, why not roll with that? So I'm going to roll on pre-orders with Bitcoin, and then you can roll the dice if there's going to be any left by the time they actually show up in my hand, and then take your chances at getting them with old daddy credit card. So
what you're saying is round 3 could be exclusively a Lightning only, minted with special artwork type thing. That could be a thing.
I mean, there is that.
You could have a Lightning exclusive artwork on certain coins, maybe. Who knows?
There is a distinct possibility of that.
Yeah.
I can ask him if he has a Lightning hallmark that we can mark them Lightning.
That would be cool. That would be real cool.
Big old lightning bolt on the back.
Yeah, and then people could walk around with that at events and be like, "Look at this! This is awesome! I bought it with lightning. And it's got lightning on it.
Silver coin with lightning."
Right, that'd be pretty dang cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Check out my website, thelotsproject.com.
Yeah, check out his whole itty bitty tree.
Oh yeah. Go to lots.ittybitty.tips.
Yep. All his shit's there. Or most of it. If he's got more shit he wants up there, he can send it to me and we'll make it work. But for me.
What do you got going on?
Man, hey, let's there's this podcast that I've been doing on Wednesdays called Lightning for Liberty. You guys should check out. And then there's the after party after that. I need to get some more shit out on the Renegade Butcher show. I have slacked on that, and I need to get some stuff together with that. I thought about throwing one out today and got buried in conversation. But we're going to keep pushing at that. I do want to do a little bit more with the itty bitty tips thing before the skies open and deer descend forth and I get buried underneath it all.
Well, dude, we're going to roll out here on Saturday. We're going to swing over to probably Missouri for a week and then start rolling south. So I think that'll be right around the end of October, beginning of November, maybe get settled in.
Usually when things start to heat up. So
I figure. Yeah. And then if not, we can run some video or do some training and shit like that.
Make some shit happen. Yep, you got it. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap this up. I'm going to get the audio side up here, and we will see you guys all next week. If you've got any questions, shoot them in Telegram. And until then, adios.
Later.